Welcome, everyone. I'm so happy to see you on there chatting with each other. I love the community we've built. My name is Marilyn, Stamping Creations with Marilyn, coming to you from Spruce Grove, Alberta, Canada, on Thursday, February 19th, and a very cold February 19th here in Spruce Grove. We are sitting at, I was just looking, minus 19, but it feels like minus 26 Celsius. So we're pretty cold here. So happy to be inside and sharing with all of you. So I want to welcome you. If you have not been here before, welcome by all means. And if you have been here before, welcome back. I see a number of people, as in Betty, Pam, Marie. Great to see you all. And keep chatting with each other and letting us know where you're from and how you're doing. And I know a lot of us watched or heard about the women's hockey and Olympics today, and Canada did not win, which was kind of disappointing, but we do have a silver, so we have a medal. Have to look at the positives, right? So tonight I have a few things to show you that are still happening in February. And then I have a card that actually Betty, who is on here watching, had asked me if I could figure out how to make it. And I think I finally have, Betty. So I'm going to show you tonight, and hopefully it will work with what you were hoping for. So let me flip the camera down. And as always, I will try to monitor what comments you have in case there's anything I have to answer right away. If not, I will certainly read everything afterwards. And like I said, I just really love having you guys here creating with me. So this is the exclusive join offer that's happening now. If you join up until the end of February, might even be a couple days in March. Actually, March 2nd, I just read it here. You will get this free Stampin' Positioner with your order. You don't have to do anything. They will just put it in. It is a great tool. If you do want grid paper to go with it, you do have to purchase it separately. And right now there are some pre-order items out there for demonstrators to get. And if you join now, your kit, you can include some of those online exclusive pre-orders that are happening. So a great time to join. Always a good time to join. You do not have to do anything afterwards. You can just get your discount for the 3 months and enjoy your crafting. And I love having new people on my team. Right, Pam? So keep that in mind. That's till March 2nd. The other thing that's happening now is bonus days. If you purchased anything in January, you would have got an email with a coupon code, and that would be something that you have to use by the end of February. So just remember that. You don't want to lose out on those, and hopefully you haven't lost your emails because they can't do anything about it. So, and last but not least, Painted Illusions is the product of the month for February. Stampin' Up! Has started in December. They started with product of the month. If you spend $100 in one order, you can purchase the product for $5 up until the end of April because they made a mistake in the catalog. Then it will go up to $7, but still a great deal. And this paper, the first one was a blue paper, as we call it. And I understand from Kathy that today in our class, she mentioned that she was still able to get that. So if the product has not sold out, you can still order it in following months as long as you still have that qualifying order. There is only one of that product allowed per customer account. So just keep that in mind. The second month in January, it was a stamp set, which is great. And this month is this paper. And I happen to have the paper, so I'm going to show you what it looks like. It is a bit different than our other because there are only 4 patterns. And like most of our paper, it's double-sided. But there are 3 sheets of each, so you still get 12 sheets. So leaves in variegated colors, and then Lost Lagoon, I'm going to guess. I do have the colors on the package, but I love this design for just cutting and putting on a card. Would be so easy. little flowers, and again, variegated colors there. Another swirl design in blues and greens. More with pinks in this one. This one is more of the swirl, but it's got the pinks and the yellows and the pink on the back. And both Pam and I were confused. We had a package. This is what shows first. And because everything has been shown with the swirls on it, I didn't realize it was this paper. So it's a great deal for $5 if you're placing an order anyway. And today and tomorrow yet, for 3 days, started yesterday, Stampin' Up! Is giving us free shipping on any orders over $100. So that's a win-win for sure. Before I get to this week's card, this was what we did last week. And the winner for that one is Kim. That'll be in the mail to you before long. Thank you for commenting. That's how I pick the winners. So let's get started on tonight's card. This is what I think it was supposed to look like, Betty. It has a little fold piece here, which after today's class, you'll agree is very easy. So I've designed this anyway, and I'll show you how I made it. And that is using this paper called Need for Tweed, which, as you can see by my marking, it's already on the last chance list. But some great masculine paper, I think. So this is what I used for this. I'm going to use this one for tonight's card. So keep commenting, keep chatting with each other, and at the end I do have the cards from today's class that I want to show you. So let's get started. First of all, I'd like to share, yes, some scrap paper, just showing you how I designed this, because I didn't have a pattern. And like I say, I got an email with a picture attached. Can you figure this out? So this is what I do. I take old papers and I start with cutting, with measurements, a couple more just to see, okay, is this going to fit? Is that going to fit? And eventually I come up with what I can make for the card. The stamps that I'm using is Nature's Symphony. There's stamps and there's dies. Great, great bundle collection. I don't know if it's a full collection. I just bought these, and then I did buy the embellishments, which are full bronze pentagons. I think you can see there. So we will use those. So for my card, I have a card base. It's 8.5. Okay, Betty, you hope I'm okay. Yes, I'm okay. Can you not hear me and see me? 8.5 by 5.5. Scored at 4 1/4, which is a half. And again at 2 1/8, which is a half of that. If I can find the right side. I'm just going to check. Well, as far as I can see, everything is working. So I will we'll carry on. So that's my card base. Then I have a piece of designer paper that is 5 1/8 by 4. I'm going to put on here. I have another one, the same pattern, that's going to go on here. And this one with a different pattern that's going to go here. So I'll put that on. And I like the narrow borders, so that's why it's only 1/8. And there is our card base for that. And there. Then on these two pieces, whoops, they're a little bit different. The one on the inside that has the fold on it has a 1/2 inch fold. Now they're the same size, and it's going to go just against that edge. We're going to do some stamping here first, and then I will put those on. So I'm going to stamp, first of all, with my words. Something is obviously not working because I don't see any chatting happening. Looks to me like it is working there, so I'll keep going, and I'm hoping that you guys are watching and able to see it. So I like the words out of here, to a great guy, and we're always saying we struggle to have guy stamps and guy cards, right? And then there is a background pattern one, and because I'm using the darker ink here, I'm going to stamp off, which is called second generation stamping for this, and just make a bit of a background like this. Just kind of subtle like that. That's all I need, the dark ink, and I always like to close those up. And then I'm going to use the greenery from that set as well. And I'm using it full strength there, and then maybe second generation there. So that's going to go on my front. And then I do like to have something similar on the inside. And that is our stamping. So then, if I adhere those to the background, and again, I just used a narrow border on there. That's going to be my, whoops, put that on the wrong piece. Lucky it didn't stick too well yet. This is my inside piece. Let's try that again. And you can see how that's going to be. And of course, when I put this one on, I don't want this one to show from underneath. So I'm going to actually use a piece of tear and tape on the back of this one. Well, if I could get it apart, I would. So that on there. Now when I take that off, I'm going to I want it kind of in the center this way, and this not over the edge, over the fold, but just so it'll stand like that, but then it folds like that. And then when I put this on, I do not want to go over that edge there. So I will, what I like to do, I'll just move this out of the way so it's not quite distracting. I'm going to lay it here and then turn it over so that I can put my adhesive just where it's going to be on this piece, because you don't want to glue the card shut. And now when I turn it back, right side up, and place it so that it covers that inside layer, it oh, Sharon, I see Sharon's name and you can hear me. Good, good. So that's the card. So Betty, I hope that is similar to what you were hoping. And I'm going to use some of these embellishments that are so neat for a masculine card. And just place them around as you usually do in threes. So that's the card. So I hope you you will give it a try. And share on my Saturday share cards that you do make, whether they're these or whether they're other cards you've made. I'd love to see them, because that's how we learn new ones. Those are the two that I've done that way. And now I want to show you the ones that we made today, and ask that you please, on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe to my newsletter. I have great information that I send out there each week, and I love having you be part of my community. So today we made this card with the postage stamp dies. And when Betty did hers, she cut this piece out with postage stamp die too, which was a really great addition. We did this one, which is kind of a book fold, but it's a little bit different because it's got many pages. And look at this, I've got my decorating sticking out here, but I thought it was cute anyway, using all of these stick-ons I have. So that's a card that I made. And then the one that we did that caused a lot of headaches, and I really appreciate the ladies sticking it out with me, is this one, because it's I don't even know what it's called. It's a fancy fold. This piece was called a mechanism for the center. You could certainly decorate it more, but I really like my designer paper doing that one. And this is the one that I did to begin with as a sample, with paper that's directional. So it can be done either way. Betty did a great job of using that paper today with hers. So great things that that we have so much fun doing. So I hope someday that you will join me in these classes. They happen each month, and everybody's always welcome. So please let me know if you do want to join. I can send you the link, and we can enjoy some crafting together. Thank you again for hanging out, and I will read the comments